Welcome back, everyone. This is Toe to Toe Boxing Talk with your man James, of course, and I want to discuss this upcoming fight between Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois and give you guys my pick on who wins this upcoming fight. But before I talk about that, I want to talk about this past weekend's fight between Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. Let's get right into it. Canelo Alvarez scored a unanimous decision win over Edgar Berlanga. It's what I expected. Canelo dominated from round 1 to round 12, technically breaking down Berlanga. But I say that to say this, that Berlanga earned my respect. When this fight was announced, I was a major critic. I even said that Berlanga didn't deserve this fight. He didn't deserve to be in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. And I still stand by that. But Berlanga showed me something. He showed me that he has a lot of character, because he could have easily packed it in. He could have easily packed it in after getting knocked down in the third round, but he didn't. He acknowledged that, he made a mistake by lowering his right guard, and he acknowledged that he's in there with somebody who has a great deal of experience like Canelo Alvarez. A young fighter who has never experienced the bright lights of a big fight, who never performed on the stage before, who never experienced media week, came in and fought and made it competitive at times with Canelo Alvarez. He worked, made it dirty, which you have to against somebody of that caliber. Almost lost his composure, almost did a Victor Ortiz, but he didn't. But and for him to show a great deal of humility and respect for Canelo after the fight, I really enjoyed watching that, man. And I wish him nothing but the best, a great deal of success, and I hope that he stays away from the outside distractions that comes with the sport, But I want to show major respect and props to Berlanga, Boricua. Keep doing your thing. Keep moving forward. Now towards Canelo Alvarez. Does this performance change my views on Canelo Alvarez? No, it doesn't. Does this performance put Canelo Alvarez in my top 10 pound for pound list? No, it doesn't. And the reason being is that I'm going to continue saying this. He cherry picks his opponents. He doesn't fight the best at their best. Point blank period, man. Until he fights someone of David Benavidez's caliber and, and somebody that's, worthy and that deserves the shot, then, I'll keep my mouth shut. But until then, I'm going to keep running my mouth and keep, saying what I've been saying about Canelo Alvarez, that he cherry picks and he ducks the major challenges. He hasn't fought a mandatory challenger for his belts in 4 years? That's insane. And for him to be allowed to continue his undisputed reign during that time period is ridiculous. But that's boxing in a nutshell when it comes to politics. You favor the money guy. It is what it is, man. But respect to Canelo for getting the victory. What's next? I'm hoping to see a rematch with Bivol. I've been hearing that Canelo's been clamoring for that rematch. Maybe the winner of Bivol or Beterbiev. We'll see. Crawford was out there. He was watching the fight. We'll see if that fight happens. But, Canelo is beefing with Turki Al-Shea at this moment, making crazy demands, which Turki Al-Shea could, pay him the money. But the demands are like outlandish. And I don't know if that fight gets made. Maybe it does. If it does, that's an interesting bout. Once again, Crawford would have to come up at least 2 weight classes or meet Canelo at a catch weight, but we'll see. We'll see. It's boxing and anything can happen. But that's an option. And also, David Benavidez is an option as well. David Benavidez has been Canelo's mandatory for 4 years and has yet to receive the fight. Now, in my personal opinion, I think that Canelo is not confident that he'll win or beat David Benavidez. And the reason being because if he was confident, that fight would have been made. That fight would have been made by now. But it hasn't. And that's the politics of boxing. That's the part of boxing I don't like, is when, you know, a fighter that has a great deal of clout and has the generating power of Canelo Alvarez can dictate and say when he fights and pick who he wants to fight. It's a mess, man. But I'm hoping to see Canelo back in there against those names that I've mentioned, and we'll see what happens. Let's see if Canelo can challenge himself, to say the least. This Saturday at Wembley Stadium, you have Anthony Joshua versus Daniel Dubois for the vacant IBF Heavyweight Championship of the world. Now, this is an interesting bout. Both men are coming into this bout on winning streaks. Anthony Joshua on a 4-fight winning streak and Daniel Dubois on a 2-fight winning streak. Both men are coming off of huge stoppage victories. AJ last March, where he put Francis Ngannou to sleep, and Daniel Dubois back in June, where he stopped Filip Hrgović in the 7th round. Now, there's major history between these two. It's been rumored that Daniel Dubois has gotten the best of AJ in sparring sessions. But as we all know, that's sparring. When it comes down to the big lights, we see who is who. Anthony Joshua has one of the best heavyweight careers ever. He's a 2-time unified heavyweight champion. He's fought the best and also lost to the best. Both these men have lost to the best fighter in the world, Alexander Usyk. Usyk has 2 victories over AJ, and he has 1 victory over Daniel Dubois, where he stopped him in the ninth round last year of their bout. Daniel Dubois has impressed me. There's been a lot said about Daniel Dubois' heart, whether or not he's passionate about the sport. But his last 2 bouts, man, against Miller and Hrgović, man, he's really impressed me a lot, showing a lot of grit. But in that Filip Hrgović fight, he was taking a lot of right hands. And respectfully, Hrgović is a decent puncher, but he's nowhere near the caliber of puncher as AJ. AJ is one of the most powerful heavyweights of this era. His knockout ability is incredible, and his resume is incredible. He's fought the best. From Klitschko to Usyk to Andy Ruiz to Joseph Parker. I mean, he's done it all, and he's the money guy. He's the cash cow when it comes to Brit boxing. And you know what? He's looked a lot more confident. I've seen a different look in AJ, like that I haven't seen before. He looks like a person that doesn't care what anyone thinks. He's gonna go out there and cause havoc. You know, and before in the past, he's always, I don't want to say looked fake, but I always felt that he was portraying an image that wasn't true. But his boxing ability is off the charts, man. He's, like I said, he's one of the best punchers ever. And if he catches Daniel Dubois with that right hand, it's good night, Irene. But Daniel Dubois also has power as well. And if he catches AJ, it can be good night, Irene, too. But I just think AJ's experience and his depth of resume when it comes to fighting the best and consistently being on this stage, I think is gonna, pay dividends against Daniel Dubois. Not to say, not to take anything away from Daniel Dubois. I just think that AJ has more experience at this level, and I just think he's more technically sound than Dubois. But like Larry Merchant says, boxing is the theater of the unexpected. So anything can happen. But my pick, I'm going with Anthony Joshua to win by 7th round TKO. I think he lands those right hands, those devastating right hands that Filip Hrgović consistently landed on Dubois. And Filip Hrgović is a much slower fighter than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua doesn't get credit for his speed, but he has some speed. He has some speed, and he definitely has the pop to go with the speed. But that's my pick. Please let me know what you guys want to see next. If you like what you saw, subscribe, like, and comment. This is Toe to Toe Boxing Talk with your man James, signing out.